Over times we've heard people say, I lost my property. I just got scammed by a real estate company. I can't find the land I paid for. I can't find the land I paid for. After all these years, I can't see the land I paid for. All of these are issues or concerns for every real estate investors. By virtue of that, today we'll be looking at things you should consider before buying that property. The checklist you must check, the things you must consider before you buy that property. When we say property, we mean before you buy the land, before you buy the house. It can be a house, it can be a land, especially in Lagos State, Nigeria, or anywhere in the world. What are the things you must look out for before you buy that said property? These are what we'll be discussing about today in our real estate gist.
Me and I'll stay out of your way. I can see the way you look at me, I'm such a disgrace. I never really asked to be brought into this place.
My name is Emmanuel O. Julius. Welcome back to our weekly real estate gist with Impact Hub Properties. I am the lead consultant with Impact Hub Properties. I'll be taking you on the factors you should consider before buying that property in Lagos State, Nigeria, or anywhere in the world. What are the things you must look out for before you buy that property? If you are coming across our channel for the first time, I would like to officially welcome you to Impact Hub Properties. This is our YouTube channel where we discuss everything real estate in Lagos State, Nigeria. What are the real estate gist? What are the things you should know about investing in real estate? What are the do's and don'ts in the real estate market and the updates happening in the real estate? Please do well to like, subscribe and share. There could be somebody you know that will need the insights we share in this our channel. Do well to go through other videos we've discussed about many topics regarding real estate in Lagos State, Nigeria. This is what we'll do to help our investors, our prospects, not to fall into the hands of the wrong persons in the real estate industry. Once again, you are welcome. The first thing to consider before buying any property is the location of the said property, either land or house. The location. Now, why should you consider the location? Is it accessible to the main road? Is it accessible to your working place? Is it accessible for your children to go to school? Are there good schools around that environment that your children can go to? Is it accessible to your place of worship, either you're a Christian, Muslim, or whatever form of worship you practice? Is it accessible to your place of worship? From your said location, is it accessible to a place where you can shop for things you need in the house, grocery, household items? Because these are the things you will do often. You go to work from your said location, you go to school to pick your children, to drop them off for school and pick them at the close of school. You go for business meetings, you go for shopping. So this is why you must look for a location that is accessible, close to the road, and you check out for the traffic in such location, because these are things you come across on a daily basis. So location is a very key factor when considering buying a property in Lagos State, Nigeria. When you check out for all of this, it helps you to save costs. You don't want to buy a property that is far away from your place of work. You spend 3 hours on the road before you get to work. You spend 2 hours on the road before you get to work. So all of this help you to make the right decision when you check out for accessibility to work, accessibility to school, accessibility to shopping place where you can get things for the house, accessibility to the express, the traffic. When you check out for this, it saves cost, it saves time. So this is the reason why location is a key factor when buying any property. The next thing you should look out for is the status of the property or the title of the property. Now this is very important. You don't want to lose your money. You don't want to buy a property that the government has plans for in the years to come. Now, I'm going to give an example. My dad bought a land years back and he lost that land in the year 2001 because that area, the environment he bought the land has been mapped out for a specific project by the federal government. And when it was time for them to start working on that project, every person who bought land there, who has even started building, my dad has already built his house. We're about to move in before all of this happened, lost their land, lost the building. So looking out for the title, search, get detail of the title, the root title of a property. This saves you from losing your property in the future, because government has mapped out specific areas in a certain location for a specific project. That is why you must check out for the land status of any property before you buy them, whether it is free from any form of government equivalence or acquisition now or in the future. This is a key thing you must not joke with. How do you go about the search for a root title of a property? You will need the service of a surveyor. A registered surveyor can help you with the detailed title or status of any property you intend to buy. Searches are done in the Bureau of Land in Lagos State, Nigeria, in Alausa. That's where their office is. So your surveyor can help with the detailed information about the said property you want to buy. I can give you examples of people who have lost properties because of this same reason. You must check out the status of the property you intend to buy. Please don't let anybody cajole you on this. It is very, very, very important. Now that we've checked out the location, we've looked at the root title and everything is checked well. Now the other thing you must look out for, or the thing you must consider, is the payment plan available in acquisition of this property. A lot of us can pay at once, while some persons cannot pay outrightly for a property. You have to look at the payment plan the vendor, that is the estate developer or the seller of the property, is offering you to buy this particular property. Is it a payment plan that suits your financial capability? You don't want to buy a property and you are financially down. You want to buy a property and still be able to attend to other basic needs, because while paying for your property, you still need to go to work, you still need to attend to your family needs, you still need to attend to some basic personal needs that takes money from you daily basis or monthly basis as the need arises. So you want to look at the payment plan that suits your financial capability. Now we have payment plan that span up to 1 year, 18 months, that is 1 year and 6 months, even up to 3 years. This is very, very important. You don't want to start a project and not complete it. You don't want to pay initial deposit and not be able to complete the payment plan, and by virtue of that you lose your money and lose the property. So these are things you must consider before you buy into any property. The next thing that you must consider before buying that property or paying for the property, you must take your time to go through the FAQ of the said property. FAQ is frequently asked question. A lot of investors don't take time to look at the FAQ. They just go by the words of the real estate consultants they are speaking with, or go by the words of anybody who is trying to sell the property to them. You must take your time to go through the FAQs. There are some clauses you must read and understand very well before you append your signature and subscribe to any property in Lagos State, Nigeria. Things like, what are the other charges? Because for every land purchased, there's a land fee and there are other charges called statutory charges. Now this is development levy, fee for documentation, fee for survey. So all of these are things you should look out for in the FAQ. What are the other charges beyond the amount you will pay for the land? What are the other charges? Now take for example, you are buying a land of 3 million naira. There are other charges that will be charged to develop the estate. So these are the things you must look out for in the FAQ. Now another thing you should look out for in the FAQ is the duration to pay for these other charges. Now if you buy the land at a certain amount of money, a certain amount, say 3 million naira, and other charges amount to 2 million naira, that is total amount you pay for that land in that estate is 5 million naira. But because of you didn't look at the duration, you didn't look at the time given for you to pay all of these things, it will get to a point whereby you may be asked to pay extra because you didn't keep to the time frame allotted to pay for other charges. So these are many more things you should look out for in the FAQ. Now look at the kind of buildings that will be allowed to be constructed in the said estate. Take for example, if you are buying a land. Now in the FAQ, you will see what are the kind of buildings that you'll be allowed to build on that land you are buying. Not everything can be built on a said land. Not all estate developers, not all estates can accept any kind of building. So these and many more details you should look out for in the FAQ. So FAQ is a very powerful document you must read. The frequently asked questions are things you must read and understand very well. And if there are things you don't understand, ask for clarification. Speak to the real estate consultant or speak to the company directly to get clarified before paying for that land. Because ignorance, like I said, is not an excuse in the law. Ignorance is not an excuse in the law. Once you've appended your signature, once you've made initial deposit, you are bounded by the document, you are bounded by everything written in the FAQ and the contract of sale you will be given. Another thing you must consider before you buy that property is the infrastructure. Now I'm going to be looking at infrastructure in two forms. Now in the aspect of buying a house, in the aspect of buying the land. Now if you're looking at buying a house, you must look out for the infrastructures around the house and look at the size of house you intend to go for. Will it take your family members? Is it just for your personal use? Is it for commercial activities? These are the infrastructure. These are the things you must consider in terms of infrastructure. Now, is it a duplex you want to go for? Is it a terrace duplex? Is it a semi-detached duplex? Is it a fully detached duplex? Is it a bungalow? Is it apartment? So these are the infrastructure you must look out for when getting a house. Will they supply light? Is it serviced or is it partially serviced? Is it fully serviced or is it self-serviced? Now, would there be a fee for yearly payment for maintenance? So these are many more you should look out for when buying a house. Now, when it comes in the aspect of the land, what are the estate features? What are the features that will be provided in the estate? Will there be power supply? Will there be water? Will there be good road networks? All of these things are detailed in the FAQ. That is why the FAQ is an important document. This helps you to understand what the real estate company intends to do in that estate you are subscribing into. I've heard over time that some investors who bought into properties years back will say, the real estate company did not do this, did not do that. Did you take time to check the FAQ to see the features they intend to provide in the estate, so you know the ones you will provide yourself and the ones the real estate company is bounded to provide to you? So these are the things you must look out for while studying the FAQ. Infrastructures, the estate features. What are the features you tend to enjoy that will be provided in the estate or in the said property you intend to buy? For today's video on things you should consider before you buy any property, and the last thing we'll be looking at is the land use. Yes, what can you use the land for? Can you use it for residential purpose? Can it be used for commercial purpose? These are the things that will help you in making your decision whether you go for the land or not. Now, you intend to buy a land. What are the intention, or what is the need for the land? What do you want to use the land for? Do you want to use it for residential purpose, whereby you just build apartments or blocks of flats, or a duplex where you can put it out for rent to get rental income? Or you want to use it for your personal purpose by building your own house there? Or you want to use it for commercial purpose, whereby you build a shopping mall. Now you get people to rent small size of shop in the shopping mall, whereby different commercial activities can take place in that shopping mall. Let's quickly do a recap on the things you should consider before buying that property. Now we talked about the location. Is it accessible to your office place? Is it accessible for school? Is it accessible to the basic things you'll be needing in that environment? Number two, we looked at the title. Looked at the root title, the status of that property, either land or house. Looked at the payment plan that the seller, the vendor, the real estate company is willing to offer you. We looked at the FAQ. The FAQ is frequently asked question is a document that you must read. Take your time to get full details of everything written in the FAQ to understand the terms and conditions. Many people don't read FAQ, and this is very, very bad. Ignorance is not an excuse in the eye of the law. Once you've append your signature, everything in that FAQ is binding. Now we looked at infrastructure. What are the estate features? What are the things that will be provided in the house? We also look at the land use. What can you use your land for? Can you use it for residential purpose or can you use it for commercial purpose? I believe with our discussion today, this will aid you in making your next real estate investment decision. If you've gained something today, if this has been helpful to you, please do well to like, share your views in our comment section, and also subscribe to our YouTube channel so you can always get updates on real estate tips, real estate investment ideas and opportunities available in Lagos State, Nigeria. And do well to always visit our channel. My name is Emmanuel O. Julius. Stay blessed.